Hello, good to see you. Hello Sigolène, hello Roman, hello Claire. Nice to see you. Hey.
Hello Nadine.
Hello Claire, how are you?
I'm good, and you? How was your week?
Very nice. A bit complicated.
Yes.
Trying to opening, changing my mind. The situation was unusual.
Yeah.
And
It's very complicated right now in the United States.
So I'm happy it looks better.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we are back at the gallery, and we can have our live as usual, as every Friday. Last week we had a conversation with Frédéric Caillet from Édition Limitée. With this hammered iron collection and this beautiful Zorzi floor lamp. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the live, guys, but
yes, I like to rewatch it like a couple of days later. I like personally to rewatch it, so I saw that there's a couple of views, so I'm happy that people are watching it.
Yes, it's more and more views as the days goes by.
And it's on YouTube, Facebook, and it's on your Insta TV as well. It's everywhere. So for anybody who wants to watch it again, like any lives is on it.
All the conversation with our nice designers and friends now. So today we're going to talk about a very atypical design company, French company again, called Tsé Associées.
Very cute name.
Tsé Tsé, to make it short, it's Tsé Tsé, but officially it's Tsé Associées. Let me show you the complete name to make it.
It's Sigolene Prebois and Catherine Lévy.
Yes.
And their logo is very cute as well.
Yeah, this is the Tsé, and today there are two designers, Catherine Lévy, and Sigolene Prebois. And today we'll have a chance to talk with Sigolène, which is watching
wonderful.
And waiting. I'm sure she can't wait to talk about her great collection. So they are
not here yet.
Two friends. They met at school. They've been working together for the last 28 years, I think.
Wow!
So that's a very long story.
So they're from the 90s era.
Very great collection. They met at school, and they work as a duo of creators. And they are based in Paris, near La Bastille. The Bastille area is a very artisan district. They have a very nice studio and workshop, which it fits with the spirit of their work. It's really simple, I would say modest.
Simple life.
Yes, very authentic. And most of it non-conformist place, as many designers obviously are attracted by making things differently, but they are
You were saying that they both studied in the same school in Paris?
Yes, I think they are from a place called Atelier Saint-Sabin, which is also next to Bastille area. So it's really
artisanal.
Artisan and creative area of Paris.
That's wonderful. This is very cute.
Yeah, very. But they have a very great story, and they shared a lot of experience.
I can wait.
The slide. So yes, their atelier is their workshop is in this type of building, very traditional workshop places in Paris. And let me show you what we have.
Please, can we have a look at it?
I decided to focus on their very famous porcelain collection. It's a tableware collection, but I think it really deserves to be like a very oops.
It's
I try to switch to the real one. So here it is.
Wow. You made like a beautiful setting on the table, Nadine.
Thank you.
This
So
is live in the
it's
French
tableware,
apartment.
but I think it really looks like it's art piece for me because
Yes.
the design and the shapes
Yeah.
and it's enameled finish with real gold and platinum.
Is it gold plated?
Yes, it's plated with gold, platinum. Here you can see the name of the collection and the signature. So all those pieces, as you can see, the shape is irregular. That makes it very special
Unique.
and unique. And as it's made in artisan place, it's always slightly different. So I would say it's slightly unique because each one has a
It is unique.
kind
It's
of
considered as
imperfection, which make it very special. Look at those cute espresso cups, but you can use it for many things, and I think it's really a nice setting and decoration object as well. It's not just you can
I
eat.
personally love it when it's different and imperfect.
And so there is this type of bluish color, which is typical of the great quality porcelain, as you can see. And it's completely handmade and finished, and it's also very fine quality. It has a lot of solid. Porcelain is very fine and at the same time very solid, much more than any earthenware dishes or plates. It's really
it's short series, huh, Nadine?
Yes, and
artisanal short series.
Very short series. Yes, that's exactly that.
Are you inviting us for dinner?
Sorry?
Are you inviting us for dinner?
I would love to. I'm not sure I would set the whole
I can
table.
cook if you want.
But yes, a lovely table with some pieces, but mixed with many other things. It's really the most of the way to make the most of it. So yeah, it's a great collection, and
we could organize a great dinner at the table at the French.
Yes, we have a lovely table here and some lovely pieces, and I'm sure we'll have some great occasion to celebrate with those pieces.
For sure.
So, as we said, Tsé Tsé Associées is a company, a design studio, and they make much more than those porcelain collection. So they also
they're 28 years old, huh?
Yes, and they design furnitures, other objects, a great collection of vases. They are very famous for their vase.
Yes.
So we'll talk about it a little bit later. They also make a lot of lighting fixtures. Which is, I think, a subject they really enjoy. And so we will have a conversation with Sigolène. And
accessories and furnitures, and they do furnitures as well. Right.
A short collection of furniture, very simple. We will have a view of that as well. But it remains very specific and very
short
collection.
Like very short series. Okay.
So,
okay.
Let me show you the duo. This is Sigolène on the left and Catherine Lévy on the right. And let's invite Sigolène live together.
That's when they started?
I think, no, it's more, I will show you some older.
They look like little girls.
I think when they started, they were more like this.
Oh, that's the 90s style.
That's the student and younger time. And
I love it.
We'll share some details about this period from them. But let's have Sigolène join us together. So we'll talk later, Claire.
Yes, I'll see you later at the end of the live. Bye, Nadine.
With pleasure. Bye.
Bye, guys.
So let's see if Sigolène, here she is, yes. Hey.
Hey, hello.
Same as beautiful as on the picture. How are you, Sigolène?
Fine, and you?
Very nice, very nice. So you're at the workshop, at the studio?
Yes, I stay at the studio. It was better to speak with you.
That's really really nice. I hope it's not too complicated for you, but it's really, we have a very nice view behind, and it's really lovely. How are you doing? How was this time during the confinement? Did you enjoy? Did you
Yes,
made
it was a very nice time in family, and I have nice time to draw, and
yes,
it was like long holidays.
so you could make the most of it and concentrate on maybe new ideas or, or look for some project. Very nice. So let's talk about your name, because I'm sure everybody wants to know, how did you think about this Tsé Tsé Associate company?
I don't know if in English Tsé Tsé, the Tsé Tsé fly exists.
I think so.
Okay.
So it's the name of the fly.
It was just for Catherine and I to have a name that could be cut into, because we are Tsé Tsé, one fly that give us nice dream, and we have also Mrs. Tsé, Catherine, and Mrs. Tsé, Sigolène. Because we were two designers, and we were in equal part on the design.
And what is incredible is that is that true that you started like 20 years ago?
30 years ago.
Wow. And still the two equal.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Characters and designers that remained. It's very unique to have this type of team for such a long time. So we are very impressed. So we were talking about your famished collection, affamé in French, of porcelain. I think it's you started to design this collection quite a while ago as well. Tell us more details, how it came out, what was the idea and the process of doing that.
As you said, we loved porcelain because of its solidity and fineness at the same time. And because we were gourmet also, we loved to eat in white pieces.
Okay.
And at the first, we designed something in porcelain, and we met a porcelain manufacturer who didn't want at all to work with us. And to disgust us, he tell a story about the material getting smooth as a chewing gum, it was his word, in the oven. And we were so amazed, and we were so excited. We designed the whole famished collection with that idea to amplify and magnify the deformation, the distortion.
Wow.
At the first time, all the manufacturers, the traditional porcelain manufacturers, were totally horrified by our idea. And they didn't want to manufacture for us. But after a while, we found an audacious one who said, okay, let's try. And we were so pleased to see the pieces getting a little bit different, each from another, because it was exactly what we like in life. We don't want to be
so you say it was because the material is quite soft and difficult to control. It really reinforced the idea of irregular shapes and
and of unicity.
Very nice, very nice. So so let's talk about the process. How do we make porcelain? I have here an idea that it's molded, and we can see here the shapes.
The porcelain, our collection is made in the factory run by our friends you interviewed last week, Édition Limitée, and it's in south of France.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So you share the same...
Yes.
Okay.
And it's made in plaster mold. So you
pour
put the liquid porcelain in the mold, You pour it in. The plaster mold sips the water, and then you throw away what is
that's what we have on the picture on the top of the screen.
Okay, yeah.
So you have the liquid inside, and then you pour it out, and it remains a very slight shape, thin shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to unmold it when it's quite soft, and then it's called leather at this time, and then you have to cook it 3 times. So that's why porcelain is quite expensive and complicated, because during all those steps, it can the shape can change, and
and because of the temperature, the humidity, many factors, environmental factors. That here we have a view of the oven. So it's like 1,400 Celsius temperature when they.
It's cooked very high, so you can use it in your own oven when it's all white. You can make a cake inside or things like that.
And it has to dry and to be to go in the oven and then dry, and it's a long process. How many days does it take to finish the roll shape, the white shape?
I think maybe 3 or 4 or 1 week for a piece.
More or less a week. Okay.
More or less a week. Yeah. You can find on our website, we did a little video, so you can see the whole processing.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes.
So what is the I think the porcelain is a mixture of quartz, kaolin.
Yes, kaolin.
Clay and water. Yes. So is it expensive? Is it hard to find? Is it something rare now, or it's still?
No, it's funny because it's very traditional. It's fine in France. It's fine in China, but there is not the same preference or model, because here in France, the beautiful one is like bluish or gray bluish, but in China, the best one is ivory. But in France, they don't like ivory. They always prefer the grayish one.
Okay, so the material is a little bit different in the color. Okay, so that's really nice. And then so you start to make it white, and then you went a little bit further and designed those special finish with the gold and platinum enamel.
Yes, this we love the gold inside. It's like a very sophisticated touch, but just inside, not too much. We did once a piece gold outside, and it was ugly. It was really too much, and it lost the delicateness of porcelain. We didn't recognize the piece. But we did gold inside or platinum outside, and the pieces can match, and it's always nice to have a lot of white to see the food, because food is beautiful, and then some gold and some platinum to have the touch of luxury.
Very nice. So and as I said, to me the result is really like a art piece. I don't know if you like the word art, and maybe it's a bit pretentious, or but it's a useful piece, but at the same time it's really decorative and really unique. I've never seen such a beautiful collection. You said it was hard to find artisans and makers for this, and maybe for other collection. What type of how hard is it to have those pieces manufactured and finished the way you like?
It's always very hard to find artisans because they are small, they don't do advertising, they do not have website, and they are overworked. So they run, and that they can't take time to look at our new project. And in our life, most of the time we worked with old people because they run their factory since a very long time and they are not so much in profitability, and they wanted to have fun with us. So they took time to look at our project, to discuss with us, and they helped us. And sometimes it was with women who own the factory because they care and they wanted to help other women.
Wow, interesting. So that was at the beginning, or it's still the same now, more or less?
More or less, it's still the same.
Because you in your world, you're quite famous. You have a history. You have a experience. It doesn't help that much.
No, it's not enough to be manufactured. When I know when I ask something to a factory, I'm just I don't know if you said that, a pain in the ass, because I will arrive with my project and it will ask a lot of time with them. And now with the recession, they don't have time to think, they don't have time to say, oh, let's think of how we will make it the best way, because it's what is interesting with artisan. And what I love in that job, it is that Catherine and I, we have to listen carefully to them, the artisan, to understand what they use, what tools they use, what are their habits, and we have to adapt our design to them, and then it is possible to make it. But of course, it's taking time, and those days it's quite difficult.
Yes, and back and forth conversation and ideas to improve and upgrade. And
yes, okay. And sometimes when it's artisan, it's okay, but when it's really small factory, they mostly run by men. They don't care about talking with us about the way they manufacture. They don't want that. We really have to ask questions.
Because it's a secret, or because they think you don't care, or they don't understand you can care?
Because they think we don't care, they think we don't understand. Sometimes they think it's quite a secret. It's always quite complicated.
Okay. But at the end, you can produce. So I think you're very careful about the manufacturing, but you also take care at a large part of the finishing. Maybe not for the porcelain collection, but for other pieces, you have your own workshop. What's the idea of having the one step at home?
Except for porcelain or glasses, we do all the finishing, assembly, or the electricity mounting for lamps, or the color or varnish for wood part, because it's always small quantity, and so there is no factory to do it as well as we can do. And at the same time, it gives us a lot of flexibility. That way, we don't need to have big stock, and we can make objects quite on demand.
Okay, so at the workshop, you have one person that can make all the finishing and then the mounting of pieces.
Something like that, yes.
Which is really complicated because, as you said, we're talking about electrical parts or varnish or other accessories. Yeah, it's really sophisticated workshop in a way. Maybe you're very unique workshop to be able to do that. So we said you were two designers. How do you process the design? How do you work together with the process of designing? Is it one on each project, or you always communicate and improve together? How do you organize this step?
For the processing of design, Catherine and I always work with a need. We are incredibly twins, Catherine and I. Even when we didn't see each other since a long time, when we met, we are wearing our clothes match. I mean, I don't know, the color of the day, the atmosphere make us react the same way. So when we talk about a need, when one talk about a need, we are very interesting and say, oh yes, that's true. I wanted this and it doesn't exist. And so we starting talking about the idea. And after we start to design, and it's like a ping pong game with one paper and two pen. And we alternate and we design like this together.
Okay. And do you have a special spot for your inspiration, something that is really a reference, or another designer that really inspires you a lot? Or I understood you'll try to make something that doesn't exist, so it's really unique and useful piece that you would like to have. But how does the word?
But it's really just what we would like to have. Maybe it could looks very selfish, but it's not like this. It's like a test of sincerity. We always think that architect and designer should live in what they design. And maybe that way we could avoid some horrible things.
Sure.
And
practical.
And practical exists a lot. And that way when we design something, it's like we are falling in love with an object we really want to meet. And then we draw and we do pâte à modeler, little...
You do your own shapes by hand.
Yes. Really simple way, or cardboard maquette. It's very simple to see how it will look, and then we go step by step and we start contacting manufacturer because we have an idea of material, but we have to speak with the people to know exactly what shape it will have. And then when we find exactly the shape, what makes us very happy, it's when people who buy the object talk about it and say, my own cup. And they really adopt the object. And I think their hand and finger and eyes adopt it because it's quite irregular, and it's like us, I mean, human, we are quite irregular, and it's exactly what makes our charm. And I think it's what they found in our design.
Okay, so they appropriate the piece,
yes,
and make it theirs. Okay. Is eco-consciousness, eco-conception something new in your mind or in your way of process, or is it something that you already...
No, it's funny because we now know we are eco-conscious, but in fact we were all the time, even at the beginning, because we like old pieces. We like to go to flea market and find old pieces, and we like getting old and having more experience. And in object, you can have this with patina of life. And what we love really most in object is when one can see the repairs.
Yes.
That were done in one time.
And so you see that the man appropriates something and broke it and repaired and transformed and made it very still useful. So this is a way of being eco-conscious, that's for sure. And for example, I have here the picture of some candles that you decided to make with a natural wax. So it's
as a candle is something fun because it was the old fashion of candle, and people are poisoning themselves with candle. And so I made a candle, and it is a non-perfume candle, and the non is in capital word. And
yes, I really appreciate the idea, because sometimes it's too much, and yes, the perfume candles are a must, but it's too much, as you said, and sometimes we're happy to have it very simple, the natural wax flavor.
And this is the only candle you can eat with. Because the other one, you cannot have a dinner. It's not possible. It will waste all the dinner. But
sure.
This one, it's very funny because everybody, when I said it's a non-perfumed candle, everybody does, ah, yes.
Just to be sure. But there is a kind of natural wax.
It's bee wax.
Smell. Yes,
bee wax smell good, but doesn't product perfume.
No, exactly. And I noticed that you also took care of making spare pieces for your vase. So it's also a way to keep the object longer and to be able to
because we are our own workshop, we can repair every object, and sometimes we receive lamps we produce really 25 years ago, because we can recognize by certain detail or something, and we knew, so we said, oh, this one is a really, really old one.
Okay,
but
so
we always can repair it.
Okay, that's really in the trend of taking care of long-lasting pieces and making them become part of your whole life. So just to talk again about Catherine and you, would you say that being a girls' team or influenced the way you design your collection, the way you work with other people? Is it something?
I don't know it's influenced our design. I know we are both feminist, and it's very important for us. I try when I take trainees to help other young women. It's really something important for me, because I know the world is quite difficult still, which is a problem. But I was very, very angry when journalists say, oh, it is a feminine style, because this, I don't believe in this. Maybe we don't have a huge ego and we don't want to put it in our design. Maybe this
but you don't control that. Okay, so and the world of design, because I was trying to think about around me what we have at the gallery, for example, because it's a short version of the world of design, of the French design, and that's true that most of the designers I represent here are men and not that much women. So you are quite different, at least because the long-lasting designers are mostly men so far. But
I think Catherine and I, we are very different. That's for sure. But I think also women doesn't trust enough in themselves. And so at the end, the men are always in front. But I don't know what to do.
So self-confidence is one of your way of keep going and having made this beautiful Tsé Tsé Associées company. So your collection is quite wide. You design a lot of lamps, lighting fixtures. This one is very famous. I don't remember exactly when you started.
This is from the beginning also. I mean, it's quite 25 years, the Cubist garland. And it was really something, at this time, garland in France doesn't exist at all. And we had the hard time explaining to journalists that it was not a Christmas garland, but it was an atmosphere lamp. It was something that makes you happy. You have something else to have the light on your table, but this one was to make you happy.
And that's a great success, and still, still works.
Yes. With a lot of baby and cousin and a big family of other lamps like this now.
You mean at Tsé Tsé Associées or around the world? Outside Tsé Tsé? Yes. Yes, of course. It's the idea has been much copied around the world. But yes, you really had a great vision at that point with this garland. So you kept going on the mix of lighting with plus porcelain. So this is an idea of a great design, very simple, very sensitive, very unique shape, and I don't know if we can see.
Transference of porcelain is so sweet, so agréable. It is nice to live with.
Yes, very nice, and we can see the two finish. One is shiny and one is matte, which is make it, as we said about the gold and platinum finish. Here it's a little another style, but it's very unique as well. What do we have here? The vase collection. So Tsé Tsé and the flowers. So let's talk about the flowers.
Oh, this was at the beginning. We designed our first object was the April vase.
So let me. Oh, yes. You have one, of course.
Yes, I have one. So we were so happy because when you design a vase, you put flower in it, and it's beautiful because flowers are beautiful. So
yes.
It's always
this is the April vase. So this is the most iconic product you have at Tsé Tsé Associées. It's known all over the world. So tell us a little bit the story of this object.
Catherine and I, we wanted to design a vase because we like flower, and then we think, and then we arrived at the idea of articulated vase, and we were sure we had a good idea. We were so happy, we danced for it. And then we manufactured a first small series. It was 50 vases because it made 1,000 tubes and 1,000 metal fixtures. So we can speak with little factory with 1,000. It was like
this is the magic number. 1,000 yes. is the magic number.
Something
otherwise
like
they don't talk to you. Okay.
And when we have it, we think of selling it. It was the second time. This was much more complicated for us. And we realized that it was not possible to show it in design shop because at that time they were very icy and without flower. And so we contact the best and unique florist in Paris, Christian Tortu.
The famous one. I don't know if it's still open in Paris. I'm not sure. No, not anymore.
No, but he was unique. At this time, all the florists were tacky. And he invented a new way of flower. And when he saw the vase, he said, "Wow, it's marvelous. How many do you have?" And he bought the 50 in one time. And so at this time, we thought business was really cool.
Really easy and nice.
The company, it wasn't the same. We discovered life after. But after it took maybe three years for people to go around, look at it, say, what is it? This is new. And then it starts to be a big success. But always when we design new things, it take 2 or 3 years, and some journalists ask us after 3 years, "Oh, this is nice, it's new," and we don't know what to say. We said, yes.
Almost. Okay, so even now, after 20, 30 years of experience, and yeah, you still need to take. It takes time to show and to make people interested.
Yes, because people are afraid. I don't know why. They are afraid of something new. They don't know. They never see it before, so they want to see it with other people, or you know, there are few that dare with a new object.
So here we have a picture of you showing your vase.
At the beginning, when we were very, very proud of the vase.
You look so happy and so joyful. It's really
yes.
a nice picture, and some event that helped you. So we can say that the April vase is quite famous. It's in museum, but first it was at the Santou Gallery, which is a famous design and furniture place in Paris. And this picture is amazing. So tell us.
We did an exhibition in the shop at the beginning, and we put all the window with April vase, and the bus on the street stopped to look at it. It was incredible. It was beautiful.
Incredible, yes. Even the driver was amazed.
And the Santou Gallery never stopped. I mean, the exhibition was for 15 days maybe, and they never stopped to show the vase with a lot of beautiful flower and everything.
That's really amazing, and we can see that in your showroom you still have flowers all the time.
Because the vase d'avril is like a tools for flower. Without flower, it's nothing. When you have a vase d'avril, when it's empty, it's on the cupboard. It's not showing.
Yes, it's not an object of art that you can just leave without flower. It's a technical piece that makes the flowers more beautiful.
Yes.
Yes, and the idea of putting the flowers one by one or two by two in a separate shape, it's a little bit of the Japan ikebana inspiration.
Yes. We love the idea of ikebana, and we were thinking of something because we love flower, and we wanted to show them each one by one. And since 30 years, Catherine and I have a vase at home, and we still have fun putting flower in it every week.
Very nice. Very attractive design, and the result is beautiful. So this is another style, but also very Japanese inspired, also very light and thin and colorful. Just to finish, your collection is much wider than what we can show in a few minutes, but you do beautiful and dreaming objects like this one. Also some furniture, very simple shapes. I think you explained somewhere that what is your style? How would you define? Is that simple? What are the words that you like to say about your collection?
Maybe I think it's affective, because what I prefer is people really feel the object their own. And I think the affective link between the person and the object.
Yes, so there is the DNA is how to feel connected to the object. It's what you look for. I think you started in the 90s, and you said it was a very Rococo and Baroque style at that time, and we were much in simplicity, and it was quite different. Just to compare, I was at that time working with Robert Le Hérault, the very Rococo Baroque style interior fabric company. So obviously it was a little bit different. The universe was a little bit the style was a little bit different. But so you had this idea. It was complicated to show your pieces at that time.
Oh yes, at this time, yes, it was like it was like a revolution. Arriving with something so simple. In fact, we were we were educated with Bauhaus and the idea of design very straight like this. Mm-hmm. But we put on it something irregular. Mm-hmm. But we keep the idea straight. We love the simplicity, the form and function. It's very important for mm-hmm. us. But mm-hmm. it's not because of that. You don't have to be totally straight like this.
Mm-hmm. So it's a atypical bow structure or straight structure with your personal influence. So anyway, that's and we forgot to mention that the vase entered the museum and the permanent collection of the famous Beaubourg or Musée Pompidou in Paris, the contemporary design, the best contemporary design museum in Paris.
We were so proud when we know the vase was chosen to be in the collection of design of the museum.
Mm-hmm. You can be proud. It's
so we think that now we can stop working. It's okay. It's done. But in fact now we don't care not so much, because what we think about our work, it's we do our work the best way we could. And I think our work make more happy people than unhappy people. And this is really what makes us proud.
Happy as well. Yes, very, very important. So you have any project that you had some time to think about during the confinement? Is there something new that you will... I know you're not in the idea of making collection every year. It's not your purpose.
No, but we are working on a new, not a new, but a following collection of porcelain, very sophisticated.
I'm surprised of the word, very sophisticated. In which way?
You will see. It will be for next year.
Okay, great.
But in the other hand, we are eco-conscious, make us things to do slowly, do really think of, do we need a new object or not? Mm-hmm. And so we are going very slow, and it's okay for us.
Yes, so you don't have the idea of I need something for the next show, I need something for the next exhibition. You just need something when you need it, and you produce a design which is, and this is eco-consciousness, and we really appreciate this this point of view. Just to finish, would you have a special advice for people that think, how can I improve my interior, feel good at home? What do you think is the most important for you you would like to share?
I think it's just a little advice, but the lamps, the lights we use are so important for our mind. I advise to avoid the bulbs from the ceiling, and to put a lot of little lights everywhere that really make us happy. I mean, I think it's the most important things in life. It's to be happy, to feel nice and cool.
And the light is one of the essential ingredient in Paris light, and in LA light it's a little bit different, but at one point, yes, we need
at night we need also night.
Of course. That was a great pleasure to talk with you, Sigolène, today. I know it's late. We're really happy to see you in your environment. It's really amazing, and we thank you so much for taking this time together. I saw many of your followers and our followers that say hi from Hong Kong, from many places in the world, so from Paris, of course, from LA. So we're glad to share this moment together, and everybody will have a chance to see the conversation later on our social media.
Thank you, Nadine.
That was a pleasure. Have a very great evening in Paris, and take care and stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. So let's see how Claire liked this conversation. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, Nadine.
So the April vase, that was,
the April vase.
Something you liked for a long time, you told me.
Yes.
It's a very iconic piece from
very iconic, very new.
Two flies.
Yeah, and it was very new during the 90s. Now everybody thinks it's super cool and trendy, and that there's a lot of designs going on. But during this era, it was very creative, very new. You wouldn't see, as she said, as Sigolène said, there was not much fun at the time.
No.
Or it was completely déjanté, original, but there was not such a design.
A bit of sensitivity and
and it's fresh, and it's the simple life, and it reminds us childhood. I mean, she was talking about the heart, and that's true. I think that's why it was amazing at the time. People loved it.
And we forgot to talk about with her about the idea that at one point they were very trendy, very à la mode, and all the journalists were looking after what they were doing.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about Tsé Tsé.
Yeah, and now they are maybe just in the normal environment of design, but after 20 years, it's very unique that they are still independent company and doing their own stuff slowly at their own pace. It's really important.
What I keep from the interview with Sigolène is that they want to have pleasure doing what they do, no matter if it's like trendy or not or whatever. They just want to have fun.
Fun, pleasure, and
they want to do
something
things
useful at the same time. Yes. Pleasure and utility of the design they
and they want to make it right.
Exactly, very nice.
The right way.
That's exactly that. They have a very personal work, and they made no concession.
No, that's what she was saying with the artisan.
They stayed very straight in the direction, and so now they are not that trendy, but they are becoming classics in the museum collection, but that's not the most important, as she said. But that's the true distinction, because now they are in the design heritage, French design heritage.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, they are the heritage, part of the heritage. From France.
Yes, and just to finish, I heard somewhere that a French design agency even said that French design was famous thanks to three things, three objects that I will show you. The airplane, the French European Concorde plane.
Oh, wow.
That you can see on the left, the big pen that you can see here.
Oh yes, the big pen. It's true. Yes. It's an iconic pen.
And the third main French design is the April vase. So she
April
really,
vase. So you see,
so she really picked those 3 objects to give the French design identity. So it's really
that's amazing.
So Concorde, big pen,
technology, utility, and the simple and beautiful life. Yeah.
Yes. And here is the story of Tsé Tsé and Associées since
they're so cute.
The last 28 years. So we are so proud of them.
Yes.
Well, that was a nice.
It was very interesting. It's great. It's so different. Each week is so different, and then we learn so much, Nadine, with you. It's great. I'm really looking forward to hearing you like every week. Like it's great.
Thank you. I really appreciate. So email us, send us question if you have about Tsé Tsé and other pieces. We have some porcelain here, but of course more is available. And we'll see you next week.
Next week, do we know where we're going next week or not?
Maybe Airborne, the collection of seeds, but we still have to organize the details. So we'll stay in touch, and yes, we'll let you know as soon as we know.
Okay, so we'll be announcing on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, all the platforms, and everyone will be able to see the today's live on YouTube and first on Instagram TV like today, and on YouTube from tomorrow, I guess.
Great.
Thank you, Nadine.
Great. That was nice. Have a nice weekend,
You
Claire.
too.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Care. You too.
You too. Bye.